Are you going live on Facebook but not quite seeing the results that you want to get? Well, today we're going to be talking about what to do if you are going live but you're stuck with low views and you're feeling pretty disappointed in that. So if this sounds like a topic you're interested in, do consider sticking around for today's live stream. If you are new to me, welcome. My name is Janine. I am a live video strategist with 9+ years experience of coaching business owners in how to create professional, engaging live stream content that attracts their ideal clients, generating more leads and making sales. It's all about attraction, retention, and conversion. I teach you a 5-step framework that gets you results. But I know there are some of you that are probably feeling like, Janine, I've done the whole live thing, not getting results. Well, I'm going to tell you a few things that I want you to consider going forward so that you start to implement a better strategy. And I guarantee you that you will see results. Now, results, she says. Results. Now, before I start chomping on any further, I'll continue chomping on any further and selling myself in a dream. Let me just check on the old sound quality. Make sure that sound and visuals are okay. As you come into today's live stream, do say hello. Do tell me where you are tuning in from. Let's just check, see if we can hear ourselves. Okay. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Let me just check on the old sound quality. Yes, I've checked on the old sound quality. I can hear myself, see myself okay. And I know that sound and visuals are okay today because I got myself a second device. So the second device also exposes who's here. So good to see you, Michelle. I hope you are doing well and I hope you are continuing in your writing fabulosity. So you can see the title, Stuck with Low Views When You Go Live. Well, watch this. I love to give context to my live session so that you're not lost in why we're in particular covering this topic. And I always want to hear your perspective. But before I go any further, let me give you a visual. Is this how you're feeling, my friends? You're feeling overwhelmed with the old live video and you're just like, it's just this too much. Well, today you are going to transform your live video strategy to fabulosity and no longer are you going to feel overwhelmed by it. Now, the truth is, and I want to just say this, my friends, that gone are the days when you would go live and you would get lots of views. I know there are those of you that are in my circles, you're watching my content, you are at different stages of your live stream journey. I see you, Michelle, but you moved to school back in the day, live streaming. If you were anything like me, back in the day, live stream, you'd go live and immediately organic reach was amazing. You'd get hundreds, thousands of views in your live streams. And now you've seen the depletion over the years and you've kind of got a bit deflated about it. You've been like, oh, I remember back in the day, doing a little bit Erica Badu about it. But the thing is that these platforms, and as with life, things are constantly shifting and changing. If you don't shift, you can get left behind. So whilst I understand the back in the day mentality, you have to shift to a different mindset. I know there are also some of you that are like, well, Janine, I've been trying going live and I'm just not seeing it. And I'm just not seeing the numbers because you are more of the new school of thought around live streaming. And it's the whole thing around the interference, let's just say, with short form video content that requires now you or has made it that you have a short attention span, or we have shorter attention spans. That means that we have a shorter patience threshold. So what do I mean by that? Well, we're all looking at short form, getting the views, going viral, and you cannot compare that short form video content with long form live stream content. It's like apples and pears, night and day. There's a whole different thought process that needs to go behind it. You cannot be the type of creator or marketer, business owner, where you are propped up by the numbers. There are things that you need to do in order to expedite the results. You have to be a hunter-gatherer. Is this making sense? Let me know, those of you that are watching live or replay, if this is making sense. So I want to encourage you to start thinking about your live streams, your live video strategy from the perspective of not just yourself, the end goal that you want to have for yourself. I do encourage that. Of course, you've got to have an end goal in mind. 100%, 1000% you do. But too many people are thinking about it from the what's in it for themselves. What's in it for me? When you need to be thinking about it from the viewpoint of your consumer, the what's in it for them. The WIIFT is what our lot call it. All right. So you need to start thinking, well, from the consumer perspective, why should they care about my lives? And if I am getting low views, if I'm not getting interaction, if no one is watching on the replay, what is it that I need to do? How do I need to shift? Is this making sense? Let me know. So before we get into today's tea, I want to remind you, we've changed the theme today. Yesterday it was white. Now today we are yellow because I'm wearing yellow. If you have any questions, please do ask in the comments. No question is silly. I am here for you today for T-minus about 14 more minutes, trying to make sure these lives are done in 20 minutes. So stuck with low views. This was inspired by somebody who was on my Go Live in 5 challenge, my 5-day live video challenge. And I was talking about a particular aspect of the framework around engagement. And so a comment came up from a challenger saying that she feels that people do not respond to her lives, so she's not encouraged to go live. Now, is this you, or has this been you? Have you felt discouraged by low views or low engagement? Well, like this challenger, I hope that you are still going and you're not allowing the lack of interaction or numbers to stop you. If I was that way inclined, I certainly wouldn't be here today. And I've spoken, I actually posted last week about a time when I went live way back in 2016 and I had 0 views and I was visibly upset on the live stream. And then the following day, there was 300 plus on the replay. Hello, everyone that's jumping in. Do let me know where you're coming in from or you're tuning in from. So it's important not to be focused on the numbers, focus on what your intentions are and have that tunnel vision, because when you do that, you will get results. You don't need hundreds of people in your live streams. You don't need lots of people talking on the live either. Whilst that helps, and it's great because you want to build community around what you're doing, when you get started, just have the patience in the process and just know that irrespective of how many people are joining you, you can and will get results. All right. So what do you need to focus on? If you're thinking about your live video strategy, you're disappointed, you're stuck with low views, then what are some of the things that you need to think about? Let's start with point number 1. First thing I want you to think about is creating awareness. But how will you do this? So if you are thinking about the platform that you are on, that you're targeting your audience on, how will you build awareness? It's really important that you are doing so because, like I said, now there is a bit more of a requirement to get people to your live stream. So what do you need to do to create awareness? So I want those of you that are watching to say, okay, I'm going to start going live. I need to create awareness. How can I do this? What do you have in your hand on the specific platform that you are marketing on? So for those of you that are here live or replay, I want to ask you, what platform is your focus? Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it YouTube or something else? Think about, for example, the features of that specific platform and how you can use those features to create awareness. And also I talked about some other things on yesterday's live, which I'll link in this one. So go back and watch that as well. Second thing is this. Be clear on the value proposition. Ask yourself the question, friends, why should your audience watch you? If they're not engaging, if they're not talking, if they're not taking action on your content, you have to ask yourself, are you clearly demonstrating the what's in it for them, the value proposition, the VP, whatever you want to call it? Is your messaging clear? I think that's one of my points that's coming up. Value proposition is important. Thank you for the thumb up. Value proposition is important because when your audience knows the what's in it for them, why they should keep watching you, then they will stick around. You will then have better retention. And the better the retention is on your content, the better your content is going to perform. All platforms focus on top content. Top content is time on platform. If you don't remember anything from today's live stream, remember top content. You want to create the kind of content that people spend more time consuming. And live streams are a perfect way to do that. You have limited time with short form video content. There's people looping over and over again. But with live streams, if you're creating that conversation with them, then your content is going to perform better. And as you create that time on platform content, guess what you're doing? You're nurturing them and you're building up that relationship with your audience that then helps you to develop the know, love, and trust, which I spoke about yesterday. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, friends? Do let me know in the comments. The next point is this. And we've gone the wrong way around. I'm going to bring that one back to me and say the next point is this. I should have checked my slides. Number 3, create the best possible experience for your audience. But how do you do that? I'm going to ask you, for those of you watching, how do you create the best experience for your audience? Now, if you think about Maya Angelou's great saying, people will forget what you said. They may even forget what you did, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. You're going to get more engagement, more views, the better the experience that you create for them. And this is not just the value proposition. That is really important. In terms of people, if you want them to stop their scroll and then win the click and then get the retention, it has to be great content, but also it's the experience. People will never forget how you made them feel. So if you are thinking about live video as a two-way directive, and it's a way for you to have a conversation with those whom you're trying to attract, the better you get at doing that, the better results you are going to achieve. And again, if you're creating that experience, you stay top of mind so that whenever you go live again, once you created and built in that cadence, you'll see your people, your tribe start to come back over and over again. Is this making sense? Do let me know in the comments. So if you are just jumping into today's live, we are talking about if you are feeling overwhelmed with live video and you're stuck with live views when you go live, they're just poo-pooey, then you need to watch this. I've shared a few points so far on some of the things that you need to think about in order for you to get better results. So if you are enjoying this content today, like it says there, please do hit that arrow. Do share this out. Copy the link. As Pastor Jerry easily says, share the fire. And if you are getting something out of this, do let me know in the comments. So I want to, before I go on to the next point, I want to just say to you, I understand how challenging it can be in terms of finding your cadence, which is why I want to invite you to the opportunity to join the Boss It Live Academy membership. The doors are open for my membership for live stream creators. This membership is designed to teach you how to build a standout brand on live or with live video. So whatever the platform is that you're focusing on, you are going to start to learn the key fundamentals that's going to help you go live with greater confidence. Not only greater confidence, if you are at a stage where you are just done with trying to do it alone, you are just doing the thing and hoping that you get results. It's like throwing mud at the wall and hoping that it sticks. But also, it's not about doing it alone. Come and do it, learn with a community of live streamers. So think about what you want to accomplish for your business, for your brand. If you think about social media being so loud, so noisy, then the Boss It Live Academy is for you. So I'm going to link everything at the end of the live stream today. But this is your opportunity, my friends. This is your opportunity to join this fantastic membership that is filled with lots of yummy goodness. I'm not going to go into all the benefits now, but this is your time to shine with live video. And let me tell you, once you master live video, your conversion rates are going to go through the roof. So let me just have a look and see what comments we've got here. Thank you, Michelle, for being here. How are you? Michelle says, what makes great content, especially when you have never done anything like this before? I'm so scared of doing it and looking stupid. Thank you so much for that comment, Michelle. I know that people are scared of looking silly. But essentially, what I'm going to say to you is think about the person that you want to connect with. Just think about the power of the one to start. And at the end of the day, you are the very best expert within your field. You know your story like the back of your hand. And I want to guarantee for most of you that your backstory plays part of why you are doing what you're doing today. So why would you not start there? And if you are terrified, Michelle, then this is why you need to take the opportunity to join us in the academy. So have a look at the link below. When I actually finish the live stream, I will link it. But it's worthwhile you checking this out. There's no time anymore, friends, to be afraid of going live. If you know that it's something you should be doing, well, you know and you understand, because I know most of you that are watching, you're not silly. If you're a business owner, marketer, if you're a parent, you're a friend, you're a human being, you're not silly at all. And if you are somebody who understands that video marketing and live stream is not going anywhere, but you have been stuck or you're staying stuck, then sign up for the Boss It Live Academy membership. There is no loss to you. There is only a gain. You're not tied to a minimum contract. It's worthwhile exploring this in your next season. So don't keep staying stuck. Come and join us and the other Academy members. Overcome your fear. Learn a framework. Start going live. Collaborate with others. Learn from a live video strategist that has 9+ years experience. I'm not new to this. I'm not trying to peddle you something like, oh, this is a good idea. I've been teaching women entrepreneurs since 2015. Officially when I started my business in 2017, but I've got 9+ years experience under my belt. Come and learn from the best, all right? So we've talked about some of the things that you need to think about. It's all about thinking how you're going to create the best experience for your audience. So the next point I want to say to you is that I want you to think about better ways to speak to your audience. So when I'm saying better ways to speak, there is, of course, nothing wrong with how you speak at all. But we have to learn how to use our voices. I actually spoke about this just yesterday on my live on Instagram. I talked about how to stop using filler words. And I also have done a training in my Lights Camera Go Live community. So if you want to look at the free group, do check that out. That's pinned above this video on my page on Facebook. It's also shared on LinkedIn. And also if you're watching on YouTube, it's linked in the description. But how you use your voice is extremely important as well. And I want you to start thinking about that your voice is your superpower. And if you aren't speaking with authority, or not opening your mouth, or any of those things, what's going to happen? You can hear a clear, distinct difference to how I'm speaking now, as opposed to how I was speaking a moment ago, tripping up on my words and so forth. Does that make sense? You have to think about connectivity. How are you going to get people to listen to you? If they can't hear you, they're not going to listen to you. So that's something else that I want you to think about. Let me know if this is making sense to you. Please let me know if you're picking up what I am putting down. And again, a reminder, if you have a question, please feel free to ask in the comments. No question is silly. And if you are enjoying today's content, please do share. Let's move on to the next point. The next one is that you get a strategy in place and then you track your data. So this is something that is really important because I think a lot of people focus on the live number, get disappointed if they don't see the viewership that they want, or they don't see as many comments as they want. They get disappointed. You may get disappointed. And what happens when people are disappointed or feel like something isn't working? The inconsistency creeps in. Inconsistency is going to scupper, is actually going to be the thing that really I don't want to say the word, I don't want to have my reach depleted, but that really hits the X on your results. Because if you're not consistently showing up, then it's really difficult to track what is from what is not working. Let me know if that is making sense to you. Just realized we've got a couple of Michelles here. We've got Michelle and Michelle. Got a couple of Michelles here. I don't know who else is here. Do let me know who else is here. Put your name in the chat and where you're tuning in from. So again, just to remind you, get a strategy in place and then track your data. And the place for you to get started with getting a strategy in place is by joining the Boss It Live Academy membership. So the membership is going to help you. If you're not able to do, or you're not ready to do my group coaching program or one-to-ones, which are higher ticket, then this is going to be the way for you to start moving forward. So I want you to have a look at the link and see what the membership is all about, what it can offer you. But essentially, this is your time to shine. So if we're thinking about this comment that I mentioned earlier from my challenger, feels like people don't respond to my lives, not encouraged by it. There are some things that I want you to think about, which I've shared today. The final things I'm going to say is this. Ask yourself, why are they not responding? How are you conveying your messaging? And what can you do to make it better? At the end of the day, you and we have to take responsibility for the results we are or are not getting. And if you are just staying the same, doing the same things, it is time for you to shift and for you to change. So I want to ask you, so far, what has been your biggest takeaway from what it is that I have shared today? Hello, Yvette. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you so much, Michelle, for saying that it's fantastic points. Don't forget to share this out if you are enjoying this live stream. And if you have been enjoying today's live stream, well, what have we been talking about, friends? We've been talking about feeling stuck, haven't we? We've been talking about feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed with going live. And if that's the case, what should you do? I've shared a number of tips with you today. So make sure if you're just jumping in the live stream that you go back and you watch this on the replay. That's it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a little bit over my time, the 20 minutes today, but I hope this has been enjoyable for you. If you've made it to this part of the live stream, drop a fire emoji in the comments. And I will see you back here very soon. Any questions that you think about afterwards, drop them into the comments, and I'll see you on the next